Winter Olympics 2018 rival athletes question legality of Team GB skin suit as row intensifies. Eulander and Wesenberg raise questions over skeleton equipment. Everyone is supposed to have access to the same equipment Team GB's Lizzie Yarnold practices in the skeleton in readiness for her event on Friday. Photograph. David Davies, PA. The Team GB skeleton skin suit row intensified on Wednesday as rival athletes publicly questioned whether the game-changing kit was legal. The story, first revealed by The Guardian, has been a major talking point in Pyeongchang, especially with the unfancied British rider Dom Parsons, who is ranked 12th in the world, leading the way in practice before his event starts on Thursday, with Laura Dees and Lizzie Yarnold also flying in the women's event, which begins on Friday. Team GB have been forced to deny that their equipment breaks any rules. Winter Olympics 2018. Day 5 from Pyeongchang Live. Read more. However, the U.S. slider Katie Eulander, the double world champion in 2012, said that a lot of athletes and coaches had questions on whether the suit, which is said to hugely aid aerodynamic performance, was legal. I think this has been a question posed in the last two Olympics, starting in 2010 with the GB gold medalist Amy Williams and her helmet and suit. So I think it's a great question, said Eulander. When asked whether it was right to raise the issue, the rules state that everyone is supposed to have access to the same equipment as far as helmets and speed suits go, and not have any aerodynamic attachments on the helmet or in the suit. Rule 10.16.3 of International Skeleton Laws states, no elements whatsoever may be attached either outside or under the race suit. However, it is understood that experts from the English Institute of Sport and the tech company TotalSim have found a way to abide by the rules while also providing their sliders with a big advantage. When Eulander was asked whether the suits give the British an advantage, she hinted that she had previously tried to acquire similar suits without any joy. I'm not a scientist. I just know that I was trying to get a suit of the same quality and I was told that it was illegal. And now it's legal, she added. Another U.S. rider, Kendall Wesenberg, said she believed the suit is part of the gray area in the rules. For skeleton, this is a sport where you're fighting for hundredths of a second, so people are going to try different stuff and the rule book has some gray areas. So this is the time that people are going to try to exploit that. However, the British rider Jerry Rice said he was not worried about other athletes questioning the legality of the race suits. It doesn't bother me, he said. People can speculate as much as they like. The fact of the matter is the British guys are fast because we're good at sliding. No other reason. We're innovators. We do everything we can to be as fast as we can be. Rice also dismissed fears that there would be any official investigation into their race suits. All the equipment we use is checked and signed off by the IBSF, International Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation, and the Materials Control, so they're fine with everything we do, he said. We're all very relaxed about it. A spokesman for the British Olympic Association said he was confident the equipment would pass any legal challenge. We are confident that all competition equipment meets the technical and commercial requirements for every sport and discipline, he said. We do not comment on specific technical aspects of equipment prior to competition. Britain's Winter Olympic officials, meanwhile, have admitted they need a little bit of momentum to give their athletes more belief in Pyeongchang. Following Elise Christie's crash in the short track speedskating and the loss of the snowboarder Katie Ormerod to a broken heel. But while Christie spent Wednesday working with her psychologist, Richard Hampton, Following her crash in the 500 meters final, Team GB's chef de mission, Mike Hay, insisted that the speed skater would fight back and the team's medal target of between 5 and 10 remained attainable. "We need a little bit of momentum to run through the team to give people the belief," said Hay. "Elise will be disappointed and Katie Ormerod in the big air was a big chance. Our medal target is hard, but we didn't win any short track medals in Sochi and we won 4 in other events. So I'm still confident we've got athletes to take us there." Hay also backed Christie to get her Olympic dream back on track, starting with the 1,500 meters on Saturday, and he insisted there was no chance of a repeat of Sochi 4 years ago when Christie went on to be disqualified in the 1,000 and 1,500 meters and missing out on a medal. "Elise is a different athlete to what she was 4 years ago," said Hay. "She's a double world champion and a quality athlete. She's got great support staff and she's going to need that for the next couple of days to get herself back up. But she's more determined than ever. I understand why people will go back to Sochi because she had a pretty tough time there. And Tuesday was a disappointment too. But that's all it is. If we can't put it into perspective, she's not going to win in the next 2. That's the challenge for us and for Elise to put it behind her and get up for the 1,000 and 1,500 because she's quality in both of these events."